What's going on, YouTube? Effect Records here. So I'm going to be making some changes to my eBay turbo build on my '08 Lancer. So this is basically just going to be a video of me showing you the changes and the basically the stuff that I noticed that was wrong when I started this, because since this is my first turbo build, I ran into some issues. I'm going to go ahead and go over those with you. So yeah, but anyway, so how it was is the turbo was right here, and then I had the this flange right there, and this flange then attached to this wastegate flange. So it was like this, and then like this, and then it attached to the manifold. So it's basically set up like that. Okay, and then the wastegate would obviously attach right here, and then the down pipe and the wastegate pipe was connected. That goes into my exhaust. So with that being said, I had it all in. You know, I was driving it around and stuff like that, and I one of the issues was I can come over here. The turbo, like, let me get a light real quick. See if there's any light on this. Okay, cool. It's light. So the turbo was rubbing or vibrating against the firewall right down there. See the bottom white ledge? One was like barely, it wasn't touching it. There's a little gap, but when you hit the accelerator, obviously the engine moves back and forth, and it was vibrating it a little bit. So that was a definitely an issue that I wanted to get fixed, so it didn't blow up the turbo right away. So that was one issue. The second issue was the drain location, which was the oil pan, which I'm going to redo that as well, because I had to run it a quart low so that the drain would work effectively, so that I can actually drive it, because if I didn't, the oil drain would get backed up because the oil level was too high in the pan, because it's not a deep pan, and you'd see oil coming out of my exhaust housing through the seal, because the oil would back up in the drain. So that's an issue that I had as well. So instead I bought a fuel cell, a 10 AN fuel cell that I'm waiting to get in the mail, and the plan is I'm going to drill in the block, and then I'm going to find a location, a nice flat piece of location, and drill in the block the diameter so that I can just stick it enough through, and then maybe even JB weld it. I don't know. But so I just want to make sure it's secure in there and all that fun stuff, or do this and then take it to a shop to get welded the rest of the way. I don't know how I'm going to do it so far, but that's the plan. I'm going to drill into the block so that I know for a fact it's higher than the oil level in the pan, so that the drain will be able to effectively drain. But anyway, with this problem, with it vibrating and some other issues as well, like a tight fit, and it was just not going great that well. So what I'm going to do is I ordered a flange for my wastegate. Now there's one that came with it, but I'm not entirely sure where it's at. So I just went ahead and ordered a new one for like $8 or something like that. But it's basically a flange, a weld-on flange that you can weld onto the bottom of that, and so you can weld it onto something. So I'm going to take this this piece right here. Now this is the issue. So I'm not going to be using this anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and set that right over there. So I'm not going to be using that. Instead, what I'm going to be doing is bolting this straight to the turbo, just like that, and then having the manifold sit on that light just like that. So that's the plan for what I'm going to be doing. So it's just going to be straight to the manifold, to the flange, to the turbo, to the T3, T4 turbo adapter right there. So it's going to minimize this huge chunk, and what it's going to do is I already measured it and made the fitments, and it seems like it's going to work perfectly. Is going to bring the turbo up, and there's going to be a huge gap from the firewall now from the turbo. So I believe it's going to work now, just like it should. So that's going to be awesome in that retrospect. So basically I'm going to take I already marked it. I want as close to these three porch as I can so that I get the most effective out of wastegate, just because. So I want it the closest there. I already marked it. There's a circle, you can barely see it, but then there's a line across it as well. But I'm gonna take it to a shop and they're gonna drill a hole and then take some pipe, raise it a little bit, and then weld the flange onto that pipe, or weld the flange into the pipe and then weld it to this. So that's the plan with that. Now I was going to have them cut off this flange and just use that, but I guess cast iron, welding on cast iron is a lot harder than mild steel welding on cast iron. So I just ordered a mild steel flange adapter, just to make it easier and cost less and all that stuff. So those are the issues that I was having. I just wanted to relate to you guys who do watch my videos, because I plan on doing a lot more mods besides this, as well as I plan to mod or eBay turbocharge my Miata as well. During the winter time though, the winter portion, since I'm not going to be driving it because it's convertible and it's cold as fuck, I'm just going to take my time out in the winter and hopefully eBay turbocharge that as well. Now with this being said, I may even use this turbocharger on the Miata. It depends how it does, because I plan on upgrading this to a Garrett once I do some internals, like some injectors and some other things, so I can raise a little bit more boost out of it and just a better turbo overall. Like a permanent turbo is what I would want. So I may change it to a Garrett later on, just depends how everything goes. Also, something new is I got a new blow-off valve. So this is a HKS knockoff blow-off valve. It cost me 40 bucks on eBay. So it looks really nice. I do know the HKSs don't swivel. This one does, so I'm not entirely sure about that, but I'll let you guys know how it does. I know the last one was leaking, that's why I needed a new one, and since this is a budget build, I'm trying to do everything as budget as possible to show you guys if they work and any problems that I have and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the story on that. So other than that, it's been running. Like, I drove it across town a few times to work and stuff, and just to see how it does. I got some parts welded on and stuff, and there's no shaft play still, so that's always good. So I'm not feeling any major differences. I know I didn't drive it a whole bunch, but maybe a week, like every day for a week or some shit like that. But anyway, so that's basically what I got going on that. And then also in February, I plan on selling my truck and getting an Evo. So let me know what you guys think about me getting an Evo 10. I wanted a 9, but I don't know. They're like, I found some Evo 10s for the same price as Evo 9s, and it seems like you get more with an Evo 10 than an Evo 9. So I plan on getting an Evo 10, but let me know if you want me to get a 9, 8, or 10, 8, 9, 10, or whatever the case may be, because I'm still trying to figure it out. But I plan on getting that in February once I pay off the Miata, because I'm paying it off in February. I'm going to sell my truck, use that for the down payment, get an Evo, and start working on that as well. And then possibly, if I get an Evo 10, swap off parts like the rims and the rotors. Just basically put the Evo ones back on this Lancer, then possibly sell it. I don't know. Let me know what you want to do on that as well, or just keep modifying it. It's all up to debate right now. Just toss it up in there. But yeah, if you like this video, please comment, rate, and subscribe. If I run into any more issues, I will let you guys know. All right, peace.